Ah, I know you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hold on, I ain't muted no more. You should be able to hear me now. I have my microphone. Well, this microphone. I got a new microphone. Is it still muted? Yes, there I go. Thank you, Giacomo. Appreciate you. All right, all right. Wild card said I'm still muted. Come on. I'm good. Crossroads says I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. All right. All right. Family. Family. First of all, let me put this disclaimer out. I'm shiny. I'm shiny because I'm hot. I'm hot. I turned my fan on. I got the air conditioner on, but let me know. Let me ask y'all something. If I turn this fan on, I got a little fan on. Is that a problem on the audio? Let me know. I'm a woman of a certain age. Hey, Herbert Scott, how are you? Yes, I cut my hair. Thank you. Thank you, Kendra. It's hot, it's hot. Menopause, you dig? Yes, yes, over 50. It's like that. But I'm happy to be over 50 because so many people didn't make it here. Shout out to the Star Report. Shout out to the Star Report. I was on YouTube because my brother had sent me something else to check on the Star Report, and then it popped up. He was talking about Polight, and then my name popped up. So shout out to the Star Report for shouting out Ike Speaks because I've been on his ass. Yes, I've been on his ass for a minute now. A minute now. And you know what? Justice comes in a lot of different forms. Justice comes in a lot of different forms. And so we're gonna go through this, unfortunately, because I wanna go through the plea with you so that you understand. A lot of people are, well, he's not gonna be a registered sex offender. Florida is built different. Florida's built different. They don't need you to register as a sex offender to be on your ass. They got other ways. And if you listen to that plea and you were really paying attention, you heard some other ways. And I was like, oh shit. I bet they didn't explain that shit to him. Because he's a dumb motherfucker. Let me just say that. Because I'm so tired of people ascribing some sort of accolades of intellectual prowess. This motherfucker is good at repeating shit. That's it. That's all. You got a degree in quotology. That's it. You're not smart. You don't have an original thought in your fucking head. Not one. And what Star was talking about before we get into the actual plea and shit. Because I saw some of the bullshit that Sonetta was saying, and I gotta speak to this because I was on that platform, right? I gotta speak to this. Star was talking about the culture of acceptance. The culture of acceptance. I did videos on Polight years ago with receipts. I have had separate conversations with Sonetta. Behind the scenes, not in the YouTube universe. Telephone, pick up the phone. Before been on his platform, after having been on his platform. This is what is happening, my brother. This is what is happening. This is not just an isolated incident. This is not just one person saying this man has deceived them. This is a pattern of conduct in the community. He has left people broken. I have been on the phone with people who have given their last. Now, I'm not going to do no victim blaming because there's a whole lot of motherfuckers that do that. Oh, you shouldn't invest. It's not your last. People, we are traumatized people, right? Some of us don't have the discretion or the discernment, right, to say, I shouldn't give my last to him. Instead, they trust. And the culture of acceptance is when someone pulls this motherfucker to the mat And you turn your fucking head. You turn a blind eye and a deaf ear, and you put them back on your platform, and you give them validation. You give them validation, right? And so that other people then think it's okay to trust this motherfucker. See, this is why it's all of y'all's motherfucking fault. This is why all of y'all got a hand in this dumb shit. This little girl who has been victimized, it's all of y'all's fault, because y'all should have laid this motherfucker down a long time ago. A long fucking time ago. We wouldn't even be here. But you want views and clicks and shit, right? That's where your bread is buttered. This is bullshit. Bullshit. Now you want to throw this nigga out the window? Should have thrown him out a long time ago. When he took that money from the pregnant family, the woman was pregnant. When he took this man sold his car to invest with this motherfucker. The young man, I got a little bit of his money back for, a little bit, not enough, but he got a little bit of it back. But that was inheritance money, generational wealth. You was a demon. You preyed on people. The type of person that does this is the type of person that will take advantage of a 14-year-old girl. Ooh, this motherfucker. All of these motherfuckers got, all of y'all got unclean hands. Unclean. I'm still getting emails. I still get emails from people talking about, I sent Polight this, I sent Polight that. And part of me is like, how is this still happening? People want to believe. We traumatize people. People want to believe. So what happened in Florida? We saw the video before about him being in a position to take a plea. He took a plea yesterday. He was remanded. Don't be fooled by Instagram, okay? Because Tupac still got new fucking music coming out, okay? So you know how that go. He got them shit saved up. He got hundreds of videos saved up waiting for Aminet to post them shit. Bitch, stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't post shit on his behalf. Don't do that. Go live your life. Go live your life. Because his name is Mud. Dirt. Go live your life, sis. Do something different. Find another way. All right? I know there's plenty of niggas in your DM right now. No, they in there because you know he gone. Hey, they sliding in. I already know what it is. I already know what it is. Because you know you broke. You come on. The rented douche. Money talk, you got it. Ooh, maybe somebody could sell you a course for $2,000. Show you how to flip that into $50,000. This motherfucker. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna do my best to try to share some shit because you already know what it is. Let me see. I'm gonna try this without even trying to share. Let me see if y'all can hear the audio. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear this. I don't know if this shit gonna work. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Maybe it is. Come on. Oh, don't do this to me right now. Instagram with your bullshit. It's me. I think yes. Only line, only line. Hold on, fam. Oh shit. Alright. Alright, I got it. I got it. I got it. Already. I'm gonna try this. We gonna try this. We gonna try this. Okay. Hold on. Let me try.
Up to 15 years state prison. Lascivious conduct of a child under 16 by a defendant 18 or over, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Count 4, lewd and lascivious exhibition on a child under 16 years, defendant over 18, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. And contributing to the dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. And then count 6 is interference with custody, a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years state prison. The state has now filed an amended information today, charging you with the following: aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony, punishable by up to 30 years state prison. Count 2 is aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony, punishable by up to 30 years state prison. And contributing to the delinquency, dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. It is my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to this new information. You would be adjudicated guilty, and your sentence has been memorialized in a 4-page plea agreement. Did you have the opportunity to go over this plea agreement with your lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. I do need the defendant to initial each page because there are not initials on these pages. Okay. Let me know when it's done.
Boy, that nigga gonna have a rough time in jail.
That's Tony the closer. This is his Instagram. I'm sharing.
Yes, sir. Now, it is my understanding, Mr. Nowak, that you have gone over this plea agreement with your lawyer, and I want to go over it with you, not each and every aspect of it, but the major components of the plea agreement. But what I am going to ask is for the state to tell me the general terms of the plea agreement, and then we will go into the details on the contract. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the plea agreement includes an adjudication, 7 years of state prison, followed by 10 years of reporting probation. As a condition of probation, the defendant
will... What did you say, 10 years probation?
10 years reporting probation.
Okay.
The defendant will complete the MDSO program. The defendant will not be allowed to have unsupervised contact with children. The defendant will have specific terms regarding where he may work and the ability to wear a uniform. There are additional terms of restitution, of which $5,000 has been agreed to be paid upfront in 24 hours mailed to the victim, and additional restitution to be paid out on a monthly basis once he is out of custody. And that monthly amount is highlighted in the written terms of the plea agreement. Additionally, there will be a stay-away order from victim TS and her mother, which is also mentioned in the plea agreement.
What is the total amount of the restitution?
The total amount of restitution is $25,000.
Okay. All right. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. All right. Okay, so Mr. Nowak, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just stated, that you are going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of deliberate contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record. Do you also understand, sir, that by entering into this plea that it may subject you to involuntary civil commitment proceedings set forth in Florida statutes 394.910 through 394.931?
Involuntary civil commitment. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't,
I
dumbass.
also advise you, sir, that you are going to be sentenced to 7 years in state prison, to be followed by 10 years of reporting probation. In addition to any of these special conditions of probation, you will also participate in and successfully complete a mentally disordered sex offender treatment program, that you are also not eligible. Okay, you may, according to the state, you may be eligible for early termination if all of the conditions of your probation have been completed, that you have had no violations of your probation, and that you have not been arrested for any other criminal offense. Is that correct, State?
And to clarify, the terms stated in 5 is there is no prohibition on early termination. However, there is a requirement that any modification to this agreement be agreed by the state and the court.
Okay. All right, sir. Now, with respect to this plea agreement, I have on each page next to defendant's initials MN. Did you in fact affix those initials to each page?
I did.
And have you reviewed each and every component of this plea agreement going through page 1 and through page 4?
I have.
Now it says on page 4, having read the above mentioned terms of this plea agreement and having been advised by my counsel, David Tarras, I, Michael Noak, freely and voluntarily enter into this plea agreement and agree to abide by all terms and conditions of this plea agreement, and agree that failure to comply with any terms or conditions within this agreement constitutes a violation of probation and subjects me to be sentenced to the statutory maximum penalties provided by law for the crimes for which I am now pleading guilty. And then it has a signature over the name Michael Noah. Is that in fact your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I am now going to place my signature on this plea agreement, in that I am now going to be ratifying this plea agreement as negotiated between the state of Florida and your attorney. Has anybody, including your lawyer, told you anything differently than what I've just told you?
No.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication affecting your ability to understand me?
No.
Is anybody forcing, threatening, or coercing you to enter into this plea?
No.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, the entry of this plea will have negative immigration consequences, including deportation and removal?
I understand.
You had the right, sir, to have gone to a jury trial where your lawyer had the ability to compel the attendance of witnesses on your behalf, the ability to confront and cross-examine the witnesses and evidence against you. You had the right to testify just like any other witness, or remain silent, and your silence could not have been used against you if you went to a jury trial. You also had the right to appeal any mistakes that I would have made during the course of the trial, and the right to hold the state of Florida to the burden of proving these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand, sir, that by entering into this plea, that you are giving up all of these rights, and we will not have a jury trial?
I do.
Have you discussed this plea with your lawyer?
Yes.
Has he answered all of your questions?
Absolutely.
Are you satisfied with your lawyer's services and advice?
Definitely.
Did the state provide all the discovery in your possession to the defense?
Yes.
Did the defense review all of the discovery in your possession with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do both sides know of any physical evidence containing DNA that would exonerate the defendant?
No.
No, Your Honor.
And do both sides stipulate to a factual basis for this plea?
Yes.
That's it, Your Honor.
And the court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, makes a finding that there is a factual basis for the plea. Mr. Noak, are there any witnesses or is there any evidence that you wanted your lawyer to investigate or me to receive before entering into this plea?
No.
All right. The court finds that the defendant understands the nature of the charges against him and the consequences of this plea, that he has been represented by competent and effective assistance of counsel with whom he says he is satisfied. I find the defendant has knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waived his rights. All statutory fines Court costs and surcharges will be assessed. Counsel, do you waive PSI?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Now, Mr. Noack, you do understand, as I mentioned to you before, that the state, as they had articulated earlier, you may be eligible for early termination as long as certain conditions are met. That means no violations. You've done everything that you were supposed to do. You've not been arrested for any criminal offense, and the state is in agreement with it as well as the court's ratification. On the other hand, sir, if you violate any terms and conditions of this probation, and that includes getting arrested for any other criminal offense, that you could be subject to the maximum period of time in prison, which by my calculations is 61 years state prison. You do understand that?
Mm.
And knowing all of this, you still wish to enter into this plea?
Yes.
All right. The court finds the defendant, as I mentioned before, understands the nature of the charges against him and the consequences of this plea, that he's been represented by competent and effective assistance of counsel with whom he says he is satisfied. I find the defendant is knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waived his rights. All statutory fines, court costs, and surcharges will be assessed. Is there anything further as it relates to Mr. Noack? I do have on the Zoom that the victim's mother wanted to address the court.
Correct. And Your Honor, nothing more from the state except to let Your Honor know if you can unmute the victim's mother, and she will be listed as victim Noack in the Zoom, and she is requesting, pursuant to Marcy's law, that her identity remain.
All right, so I stopped it for a second because that's it's a trigger warning. If you haven't already heard from the mother, let me just stop for a second. And let's just talk about what we heard. Okay, so he pled guilty. He was remanded. All right, so the videos that you see now is somebody in his family posting videos that he pre-recorded. But you heard all of the terms of his plea agreement, and posting anything about this case that might threaten or intimidate this mom or this child is a violation of the terms of your plea agreement. And no, you don't get your plea back, right? So for those of you who think the judge should take his plea back, no. You keeping that shit. The judge is not going to give you your plea back. The judge is going to say you violated the terms of your plea, and I told you I could sentence you up to 61 years. Remember that, sir? And then the judge is free to sentence him anywhere from 7 to 61 years, right? So that's what that looks like. You violate the terms and conditions of this. But so much more was said because, you know, he was going on and on. Oh, the sex charges have been dropped and blah, blah, blah. Listen, prosecutors often make concessions with charges to save a child from having to be re-victimized on the stand. To have this 14-year-old girl get on the stand or go through a deposition, because in Florida, they have depositions in criminal cases, right? So she may have been subjected to a deposition and then also subjected to cross-examination at trial, right? And who wants to re-traumatize a child, right? And so maybe that was part of the negotiation. Okay, we will negotiate the charges because initially he has at least 4 counts of the lewd and lascivious acts with a minor, right? And things of that nature, which would have required him to register as a sex offender, right? So he stood on, I'm not going to register as a sex offender. I will never do that. I will never. Okay, part of your plea agreement requires you to attend BDSO treatment, okay? That means you have hold on, y'all. Mentally disordered. Y'all heard? Did you fucking hear what I said? Mentally disordered sex offender treatment program. So fuck what you heard about him and saying the sex and the charges. These prosecutors ain't stupid. You pled to I think the section is 827, which means that you are subjected to what is called involuntary civil commitment under Florida statute 394.90 through 394.931. Let's go look at that. You know what that's also called? The Jimmy Rice Act. the Jimmy Rice Act. Jimmy Rice was a little kid who was kidnapped and raped and murdered in Florida back in the 90s, in the late 90s. And the legislature was like, we can't fucking have that happen no more, right? We gotta watch these sex offenders a little closer. So they passed the Jimmy Rice Act. And the Jimmy Rice Act says that if you are a sexual predator, it doesn't have to be that you are a registered sex offender. If you plead guilty to one of these fucking crimes, which he did, that means that you are subjected to the Jimmy Rice Act. That means that 180 days before you are released, right? So he got 7 years. You got to do 85% of your time because the game time bill in Florida did not pass. From last I checked in May, legislation went home. The bill was in Senate. It didn't pass. The Game Right Act was to reduce the prison time that you had to do, the percentage from 85% to 65%. As far as I know, it did not pass. So you still have to do 85% of your time. Why? I love me some Jada. Did y'all get that? Hey. All right. I'll be having music in my head by myself. All right. Anyway, so he's got to do 85% of his time. So 7 years, so calculating, that's 5.9. That's damn near 6 years. Right. So he got to do 6 years. So 6 months before the 6 years, so about 5.5, 5 and 4 and a change. He's going to be notified. Right. And they are going to assess him. And they will determine that whether or not he is fit to be released. Right. Because there is a high incidence that these mentally disordered sexual offenders will re-offend, right? So they got to make sure that you are not going to re-offend. And all of the little bullshit talking shit you think that you do on social media, that's not going to work with these people, right? That you're going to have to really like admit that you're a sex offender, right? You like little girls, right? And that you learning how to control your shit. Like you going through the sex offender treatment program. You're going to be sitting there with other motherfuckers who like to touch little girls and boys. Your friends, you know, the tribe of Malachi York. You heard me. Heard what the fuck I said. Civil commitment. So how this works is civil commitment is involuntary. That means you don't get a say in the matter. They decide for you. And the commitment, you ready for another is indefinite. Indefinite. You heard what I said? Anytime you hear, anytime you hear involuntary, your ears should perk up. Okay. And anytime you hear indefinite, you should sit up straight, get your back straight, right? Did you hear him when the judge said, do you understand that you are subject to involuntary civil commitment? He said, yeah. No, you're not that bright. You a dimmer. You're not a bright bulb at all. At all. Because you should ask some questions, right? Wait up with involuntary. That means you have no say. That means you have no say. So when they find that you're not fit, you won't be released to start your 10 years probation. You won't even be released. You're going straight to a little mental facility where you can continue your treatment until they deem that you are fit. Hell no, the attorney probably didn't. You know, $200,000. That yeah, you didn't. First of all, you probably didn't pay that man at all. Okay, you probably. This is my opinion. Don't sue me, sir. You know I ain't lying. Though. You probably didn't get paid at all. You probably didn't get paid at all. You ain't try hard at all to get that shit put over. I don't know if you saw the whole video because the beginning, Tony Closer didn't have the beginning. In the beginning of the video, first of all, the lawyer was like, my client has been receiving some threats and I would like to have some of the people of the Zoom call removed. The judge was like, man, I don't even know how to do that. Judge was like, listen, I got a trial and a jury sitting outside. I don't really have time for all your little veiled threats. It's just, state was like, it's a public courtroom. It's open to the public. Yeah, we're not closing shit. We're going to let everybody see this shit. We're going to let everybody see it. right? Try to get people kicked off the Zoom. Why? So you could keep trying to lie about the narrative, right? So you could be in the club popping bottles talking about the charges are dropped. How the charges dropped? You're sitting in jail right now. Jail because you probably haven't shipped to prison yet. You probably, it's a process. You gotta take little COVID tests and all that. You know what, you short-eyed motherfucker? You're probably gonna be in PC. Because sex offenders are at the bottom of the hierarchy in jail. They're at the bottom of the rung. Nobody don't give a fuck about you being brother polite. No, you a short eyes. You're a motherfucking short eyes. And if y'all don't know that reference, I know I'm old. Maybe it's on YouTube. Maybe it's on Tubi. I don't know. It's out there. It's an old movie about pedophiles who go to jail. Yeah. Signed out a plea, innocent. All he had to do was apologize to bring him back to life. I mean, time and time again. No, you can't be innocent. You can't be innocent, sir. I'm sorry, brother. You can't. Because you look past the integrity of that brother. Because all you could see was your pockets. That's the only rationale I could think of. Because you knew. You knew. I know you knew. And I'm not saying you knew he was molesting people, but you knew that he was doing the community filthy. You knew he was doing the community filthy. Yeah, you knew. We talked about it. I showed you. I sent you receipts. I had them. Right? I did a live with what's the young brother? Young Pharaoh. I did a live with Young Pharaoh. Right? Sonetta, you never invited me on to show my receipts. You never invited me on the couch. And I had been on the couch on more than one occasion, talking about other things, right? Talking about how status correction is bullshit, right? What happened to that? Why is Brother Polight not status correcting his ass up out of that Florida court? Where they at? What happened? What's up, Mikey? Where they at? Hold on, let me see if I can get the link. I'm gonna put the link in here in a second and let y'all join me. But do y'all listen? Let me ask y'all, because I don't have to play that part. I'm not. Do y'all want to hear the mom's part? The mom gave a victim impact statement. And it was powerful. It was powerful, but it was traumatizing, and it might be triggering for people. And I don't know that it's necessary. I don't know that's necessary. Yeah. Tariq Nasheed put him in the hidden. That's why I boycotted Hidden Colors. I was like, I don't give a fuck what that's like. If there was a piece of shit on a whole pizza, I'm not gonna just take a piece of the pizza that where the shit is not. So that whole fucking documentary was shit to me because you had Brother Polight in it. Sorry. Yeah, heard it. Yeah, everybody heard it. I agree. And I'm not here for the trauma porn. Right? I'm not here to re-traumatize nobody. We're here to learn, educate, and get information. Right? So I'm not going to play that part. All right. What I will show you is what is the Jimmy Rice Act. So let's look a little bit about it. Let me close that. And Mikey, I'm gonna bring you up in a second. I think I put the link. I think I put the link in the chat. Did I? At least I tried. Boy, I be trying. Pace. Okay. It's there. So, I went to a Florida lawyer's site, Jimmy Rice Act, and this is the statute that the judge was quoting, right? You can go back and listen to it again. The Jimmy Rice Act centers around the involuntary civil commitment of sexually violent offenders. So I don't give a fuck what you want to say, Michael Nogue, about the sex charges have been dismissed. You have been adjudicated a violent sexual offender, okay? Or a sexually violent offender, I should say, because this applies to you. I heard the judge say it, and I heard your dumb ass say you understood it. Ain't no way you understood that. You ain't nothing. You're just a dummy. No way. All right, let me go back because I can't see it when I'm on. All right, so this is like akin to the Baker Act. If you are familiar with the Baker Act is an act that allows for the involuntary commitment of someone who is mentally ill. Right? There's another act. It starts with an M. It's like the Marsham or something like that act, which allows for the involuntary commitment of people who are addicted to drugs. Yeah, Florida don't play. Florida different. They built different. This act particularly says the act deems certain sex offenders as sexually violent predators and seeks to have those offenders involuntarily and indefinitely committed to a treatment facility after they serve their criminal sentence in jail. That's after you do that 5.9. Yeah, the law applies only to individuals who have been convicted of a sexually violent offense. Stop. We know it applies to you. The judge said it. The judge said it applies to you. Okay, so yeah, that part. No, first of all, how y'all skip over that? You know how many times I listen and watch the people? Okay, you got to listen with a third ear. Right? Because I thought 7 years is a little, yeah. They could have been 10, but 7 is something. 7 is something. There ain't nothing to sneeze at, you know. And then he's got all the conditions when he comes out. So if he does somehow fool them, right, that he is a reformed sexual offender and that he is not going to reoffend, because part of being reformed is that you have to admit, right? Y'all, the judge said it and he agreed. You're absolutely right. DeCalla, 1962, exactly. This is what I'm saying. So if you do somehow finagle your way up out of jail and get on probation, you cannot get a job with certain types of uniforms, right? Motherfucker, you can't even be a crossing guard. You can't be a crossing guard, right? Because they don't want you to look like you might be a person of authority, where a child might put their trust in you because you are a violent sexual offender. So much so that we got to regulate the type of employment you might get when you get out. Yeah, okay, they dropped the sex charges. Oh, you can't be around kids unsupervised. You can't be around kids. They don't just do that for regular old pleas, just for, just a random plea. They don't just do that. They don't do that for everyone. They only do that for people who are deemed sexually violent, mentally disabled, or you have a mental disorder. You got a mental disorder. Shoot. $25,000. $5,000 you had to pay today or yesterday when you went in. That was due yesterday to the victim. $20,000 you have to pay if and when you are released. And that needs to be paid monthly. How you going to do that? Don't y'all send this motherfucker no money. Don't. Man, listen. Let's see. What else? Stay away order. Stay away order. So let me explain something about the stay away order, because I didn't hear them break that down. Maybe they have in a different time, because the judge should have been specific about what the stay away order means. That means that you cannot threaten or intimidate this person or her child in any form of communication, right? Be it social media, be it text message, email, fly a kite, air, nothing. Third-party communication, you cannot do it, right? So the videos that you post saying that the charges have been dropped and that she's not credible and why would I do this and she contacted me and I got the text messages and I thought, you know what? That's designed to threaten and intimidate. It is. And further harass. That is a violation of the terms of your plea. Okay? So you're gonna be looking at football numbers. Just keep on rolling those videos on out. Keep rolling them out. Keep rolling them out because your dumbass didn't have the forethought, right, to know and understand all the terms of your plea, including that there was an involuntary civil commitment. Okay, so yeah, that part. Yeah, the video on his IG, it's absolutely intimidating. Someone sent it to me today. Absolutely intimidating. Yep. But trust me, the prosecutors are on his age. I think he's just dumb. He's really that dumb. You think they're not watching his IG? Prosecutors watch my IG. They watch dead ass. They watch my IG, my Twitter, my YouTube. They shout out, yeah, what's up, y'all? They probably on here now. Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah, they do. They watch. Sometimes they even go run tell that to the judge. I have had that happen. I've been on trial in federal court and I've posted something innocuous and they was like, oh, it's about me. I bet you think this post is about you, don't you? Had me in court explaining what MUFFUKA is to a federal judge. He was like, what is MUFFAKA, judge? Mr. Al-Shabazz. I was like, motherfucker. I know he got some good stories for the yard party from that trial. He learned what ride or die meant. He learned a whole slew of shit after that trial, baby. I'll tell you. Anyway, all right, back to what I wanted to show you. Oh, hold on. Let me get I got the illustrious Jakeem in here. Let me get some guests in here. How about that? And I showed you already the Jimmy Rice Act. I'm gonna show y'all that again. Hold on, let me close that because that starts slowing my stream down. All right, illustrious Jakeem, don't be a troll. I don't know who this is. I don't have a moderator. Peace, Ali Bay. Peace. And so please don't make me have to block you. Illustrious Jakeem Bay. Hello, peace.
Greetings. Nah, it's not a troll.
Okay, good. What's up? How can I help you? What can you add to this conversation and discussion?
I mean, for everybody to just do a little bit of their research. You go to the Florida statute and you look it up. He got a first-degree felony in child abuse, which includes sexual contact.
Exactly.
So he's sitting here trying to lie. When all you got to do is go to the statute and you get to what? The third or fourth paragraph?
Yeah.
And it tells you right there. It's crazy how he's been sliding so much.
Right.
Like he's been sliding for a long time without somebody knocking his whole head off.
Right. I think his time is up.
No, finally. And then and if you look at a lot of the videos that he made trying to counter or trying to damage control, notice he's always saying what it's not, but he never really gave great detail to what happened. Mm-hmm. He's always focused on what he didn't do. Oh, I didn't do this. I didn't plead to this. I didn't. Yeah, but what did you do? Something transpired for these people to hem you up the way they hem you up. Because if not, you wouldn't be involved in this. And if they're lying, go ahead.
Brother, he went with it's the ops because I'm a black leader. And
Lord.
Yes, he went with and
right.
They jumped right on that. Yeah, they set that brother up. Right? You know how they do the black that's because he's a leader in our community. And they set him. Yes, there's people out there caping like that. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers. Yeah.
But then you have to ask yourself, what has he led? New covenant that don't exist no more?
The shipping containers, like it's a
come on
litany of fuck shit that he should have, like I said, he should have been laid down a long time ago. But you got so many people, and I saw in the comments somebody said Shabazz the OG too. Really? I didn't know. But shame on all of y'all. Shame on all of y'all, because ain't no way in hell y'all didn't know. I've done videos that's on my goddamn channel.
No, yeah, I've seen your videos and I've seen the receipts that you've given, and I know of some. The man he scammed the people out there, the Bahamas, so bad that when anybody asks them about what happened, they don't even want to talk about it.
All right, we got another guest here. Pocket watching.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, I just
watching with JT. Hey, I'm a fan.
No, I came up here for one thing, just to say thank you to you. I've been following you for years.
Wow.
based on the work that you did. You came out as an attorney trying to stop the confusion with all this crazy you can drive without a license and all of that stuff. I've been a fan since that.
Wow.
In a piece, the work that you did inspired me to get off my butt behind my desk, start a YouTube channel, and try to stop people from falling for the weirdo stuff that they put out. So I just want to say thank you. I've been following you since you've been really exposing this stuff, the work that you did. It's sad that it had to come to this to stop this predator. Because I felt like the work you did was more than enough to stop this predator years ago. But it shows the condition of our community that we let this guy continue, even though you laid it out very clear who this guy was.
Wow. I'm speechless. I am. I'm a big fan of yours.
No, I'm a fan of yours. You helped inspire me to start my channel. So thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Y'all have a great night.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
All right. All right. You done here? Jakeem back. You got anything else? You good?
I think I'm just about good. Like I said, appreciate you. Glad because, like I said, you were one of the few that were, like the brother said, was putting a stop to a lot of nonsense, at least exposing the predators.
Right.
You know, and we appreciate that. And you have a great evening.
You too. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Oh, man. All right, y'all. We don't have to stretch it out. You know, we don't have to stretch it out. Came on to say what we had to say. Y'all got any more questions? Any more comments? You know, yeah. It ain't what it looked like, right? Yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all for joining me this evening. I hope that y'all all learned a lot today. Yes. If you're going to pay $200,000 for an attorney, he should at least explain the details of your plea agreement. Nah, but it is what it is. All right. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate you. It's your girl, Ike. I love you. I really, really do. Peace, y'all. Y'all be good.